We're talking Newcastle United. An article in this morning's Daily Mail by Craig Hope, who we often have on the show with us here at talkSPORT. Craig Hope was telling us this morning that Steve Bruce has scheduled 6 days off from 9 for his Newcastle squad, despite the club being, quote, in crisis after the surrender at Brighton on Saturday night. And Craig Hope was saying that this month the players were concerned by the number of days off that they've been given amidst this fight for survival, and that's why there is no longer surprise at this plan to train for only 3 days this week. But many Newcastle fans, Simon, not happy about that, not happy one bit, saying at this particular time of perceived crisis at the football club, get them in. Why are they off? Get them in. Now, Simon, what news do you have? Is there anything else you can add to this? Because we're going to be speaking to a couple of Newcastle fans in a second.
I want some of the callers to come in,
yeah,
Jim, and talk to us about their views.
Okay,
because at this moment in time, we're basing all this upon one journalist's assumption that he's abreast of facts.
Yeah, let's get some Newcastle fans to line right now. Then Adam's a big one, Newcastle fan. I don't know if you're big or not, but you're a big Newcastle fan. Adam, good morning. What do you want to say?
Oh, lads, you all right?
All right, thank you. Thanks for calling. What's your take on this? Do you object to the fact that the players have had a scheduled 6 days off during this break?
Them players should have been in first thing this morning, putting that job right. They should have no days off. They should be in, working hard, and come about a plan how to get out of this relegation battle. Brighton was our biggest game of the season at the weekend, and it was an absolute abysmal. That's the worst team I've seen for the past 4 years.
Okay, so Adam, you would say no days off, get them in. I wonder if Alex, another Newcastle fan, would agree with that. Alex, good morning.
Hi boys, how you doing? I want to start off by saying I'm a big fan of your show, so I do listen a lot. But previously, over the last couple of weeks, month or so, I haven't really been tuning in. I've just had a mate come in to me this morning whilst I was doing a bit of work, and he said he's been listening to you this morning. And I just want to kind of get the point across that pundits have really been kind of tarnishing the name of these Newcastle fans, and they've been bigging up Bruce, and we're tired of it. I just want to give you some facts. Steve Bruce hasn't been employed by a Premier League side since 2009. He talks about loyalty all the time in his press conferences. He's managed Sunderland and Newcastle. He's managed Birmingham and Aston Villa. He left Sheffield Wednesday after they gave him leave after one of his parents died. Sorry to hear that. It was terrible news. One of his parents died. They gave him leave, and to repay that loyalty, he then said, "You know what? I'm going to go to Newcastle." Now, people don't realise he spent £110 million. We have the same resources as clubs like Brighton, Leeds, several clubs above us that are doing better than us, Southampton. He has the same resources as those clubs, and we've been on the decline incrementally since he's been there. Since he's been there, we've been slowly moving towards the place that we are now. Now, he talks. I just want to say one thing. I understand that Simon, you worked with him when you were in Crystal Palace. I think
Yep.
you worked with him.
Yep.
I understand that you appreciate that he might be a good football manager. How long ago was that, Simon?
No, what I want, and what I always try to advance, is accuracy in the narrative. And I'll give you an example. First of all, I'm not his PR agent. He didn't get leave by Sheffield Wednesday. He got an opportunity to join them slightly later than they wanted him to join because he was away watching cricket when one of his family died. So he didn't get given leave. He took the job later than perhaps they would have liked him to. He only left Sheffield Wednesday because the one job, and again I want to stress the point that I'm not his publicist, but the one job in football that he would crawl across broken glass for is Newcastle United. I think he's a fool for wanting it because I think it's a difficult job to do, but it's the one job that he wanted. He wanted it when he left me and mucked me about, and I had the biggest issue with him, bigger than you guys have got, because he did something to me which really upset me and forced me to injunct him as a football manager. He went to Birmingham. He wanted to go to Newcastle back in the day when Freddie Shepherd wanted to have him in 2003, but he couldn't leave Birmingham because of the challenges of the reputation he had. So it's got nothing to do with loyalty, the observations you're making. He took an opportunity because Newcastle was the one team that he'd leave other clubs for if he got that opportunity.
Right,
now, going to your point about people observing on Newcastle, I couldn't give a monkeys about Newcastle. I couldn't give a monkeys about the fans. I couldn't care less whether you're a good team or a bad team. What I do care about is fair and consistent balance in the observations. Nobody sits here and defends Steve Bruce. I just said in a conversation, you're fourth from bottom of the league, it stinks. It stinks from his management point of view, it stinks from the players' point of view. That will be lost in the conversation when I turn around and say other things that people seek to embrace. Would it surprise you to know that perhaps you've got 5 players injured, you've got 5 or 6 players on international duty, you've got sports scientists advising the manager and the coaching staff that to give the other players 5 days off? Not 6, as the press have reported, 5. But this is coming from expertise that's been brought into the club. So we live in a country where we say experts. Let me just finish and you can take me to task. We live in a country where we're told to listen to experts. We're told to listen to medical advice. A football manager does it in conjunction with his players, and the fans and the media know better.
So you're saying sports scientists have advised Steve Bruce, look, give the rest of them his time off.
I'm saying these guys are basing some of it. Of course, the overall thing they're basing their opinions on is the dreadful performances on the pitch.
Yeah.
But this story here is based upon a journalist saying they've been given 6 days off. Wrong. They've been given 5 days off. It's also based upon the fact they've got 5 players injured, 5 players on international duty, and they've also been told by the sports scientists that have been brought into the club to advise them on the best thing to do with players, that this would be best served doing this.
Well, there you go.
There's more information that didn't feature in that article.
Well, there's more information we didn't know before, Alex.
With a rebuttal.
And Brucey managed Hull in the Premier League, by the way.
Right, there you go. I'm going to come
more information is not accurate.
Argument to that. Do you know what? I didn't really want to come on here and talk about days off. I know we are doing that specifically, so I will talk about it. You can get players in. You don't have to train with players. You can sit them down in front of a whiteboard and you can talk tactics for 5 days for all I care.
Good luck with that.
Would you? It's better than them sitting at home. Well, look, even if we don't want to talk about days off, what I'm saying is the radio and pundits, you have the power to kind of to kind of cut people off when you want, to kind of give your point, give your view. But to be honest, from our point of view, we're hurt as Newcastle fans listening to pundits every day without watching the team week in, week out. We watch this team every single week for 90 minutes consistently. I go to all the away games. I was at every away game last year, watching them consistently for 90 minutes. And we agree with you that there are bigger problems than Bruce at this football club. We completely agree. What we can't accept as a fan base is watching what we watch. We're told that we're going to see progressive football. We're told that it's a work in progress. We don't see any of that. We're told that we're going to play 4 at the back, 2 up front. We're going to play attacking, expansive football. We're never shown that. I'm going to be honest. We've seen glimpses of it under Bruce, but we've been found out very easily and just reverted back to the same tactics. It's absolutely abysmal from a fan point of view.
But what are you saying pundits are saying, Alex? I mean, we're all sitting here and agreeing with you. We're all saying that it's not good enough. We're all saying that Ashley isn't the right owner for you.
What I've heard from pundits over Bruce's tenure specifically is that Newcastle fans demand more and expect that they're going to be up here and those days are over, that they're going to be fighting for European places. We don't want that at all. We want a team that tries, that goes out there and leaves everything on the pitch for that shirt. Now, we never see that as fans under Bruce. We don't see that. I don't know if he's lost the dressing room. I think.
Did you see it against Everton?
But we don't.
Did you see it against Everton?
Of course, I saw it.
But that was Graham Jones, wasn't it?
Like I said, I didn't say it was Graham Jones.
No, but other people have.
Okay, yeah, other people might have said that. Look, like I said, there's been glimpses of it. There's been glimpses and performances that I've seen. To spend 110 million, you're telling me as a football owner, I don't believe you, Simon, as a football owner, that you would get a man in and you'd let him spend 110 million. You'd say, look, expectations are probably 13th, 14th, keep us in the league. We're 17th in the league, Simon. We're going
No,
down.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but I wouldn't have spent £40 million on Joe Linton.
Do you know what? No, of course not. Of course not.
And that wasn't his signing, was it?
So something wrong's gone on there. No, it wasn't his signing.
So that's 70 million he spent over 2 seasons, which is. But let's be clear: 70 million on 2 seasons is less than promoted clubs spend. Is less than Cardiff spent when they went up. They spent 40 million on players. So if you're spending a net 35 million a season, you're not spending a lot in a division that powers itself with finances.
No, that's a good point.